What's going on, everybody? TV Sports 27 joining you guys here, and we're going to bring you a couple of RXFL games here to round out this Sunday evening. So I know a lot of you guys were looking for the Patreon Ultra Fan stream of Denver Broncos football. We're going to delay that to next week because I've gotten myself sick again. I don't know if you could hear it in the voice. So there's not going to be any commentary on this game or the next game, the Monday night football game. We're going to wrap up this week. But I thought as a little added bonus for you guys, since we're not going to be doing our normal commentary, this game between Mexico City and Dallas, which is typically a Patreon exclusive Sunday night football stream, we're releasing this one and having it for free for you guys here on YouTube, since we're not able to bring our normal commentary. So this is an instance where we know we are not going to be commentating live. We've done a couple of streams in the past where we thought our microphone was working, and it turned out it wasn't working, and we were left, what the heck? So this one we do know that it is going to be the in-game audio. We're going to have the commentators going for this one and the next one, and like I said, this is our way of just saying thanks for bearing with us. Due to this, my voice would not be able to make it through 2 hours worth of games here with feeling the way I am. So we're bringing you the Patreon Sunday night game for free. We're going to do the Monday night game, and then we'll do a brief video recapping all the standings and all of the stats at the conclusion of this week. That'll hopefully get us through a week here on YouTube, and then once we're back at 100%, we'll look at NXT Hell in a Cell and getting back into WWE 2K Universe mode coming up here. So thank you again, guys. I say sit back. I always say pop open a podcast or something. That's how I like to play these. I put a podcast on or something, or your favorite music. Sit back, relax, watch a couple of games, listen to the in-game commentary because it's just as good. Right, the in-game commentary is going to be just as good. And boy, we got 4 people joining us, which is a lot than we normally get. So unfortunately, like I said, no commentary from us due to feeling under the weather and all that. And apparently, we're getting all kinds of chats. I'm not even seeing it on Twitch unless that's my PS4 just glitching. Let's see here. I don't believe it. Let's broadcast settings. Let's turn on the comments here. We actually are getting comments from Brady Man. I don't know why on my Twitch it's not showing up, but we are getting chat, so sorry that we missed that, Brady Man. On my Twitch app, it is not showing any chat in the chat box. That's very annoying, but hello, Brady Man. And like I said, kick back, relax, grab a podcast, grab your favorite music. It's going to be the in-game commentary for this game and for the Monday Night Football game because we're feeling a little under the weather this week. WWE 2K should be coming your way next week, but we got some good ones. And like I said, sit back, relax, and enjoy this battle between Mexico City and Dallas. You can see where both teams are sitting here. And we'll pop back in. Like, we have the mic right here, and we can unmute it, and we'll pop back in from time to time as well. Dallas trying to cling on to first place in the East, and in the South, no, it is the North. Mexico City, they get a win. They can overtake Chicago with St. Louis hot on their tails. So, all right, guys, we're going to jump into the game. Hope you enjoy it. This is the RXFL, and we'll jump back in at halftime and give you guys a little bit of our thoughts on the action before we jump into the second half stream. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Brady Man, for being here, even though your chats aren't showing up on Twitch. Very strange. But, yes, following on Twitch, follow button if you're on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, thumbs up. We've actually lost. I don't think we're going to be doing any more Pokemon for the foreseeable future because my Pokemon videos just dropped on YouTube, and I lost 6 subscribers on YouTube when the Pokemon videos uploaded. Like, 6 people went out of their way to unsubscribe. I was like, oh boy. So I guess Pokemon is not a well-liked video on the channel, I suppose. I don't know. I've never seen that, but yeah, just big unsubscribe fest all up and down the line. So, whoops, sorry if I upset you guys with that. So, have any of you guys gotten the new Zelda game? Well, I'm doing a lot more talking than I thought I was going to. It's very expensive. I was all set to buy it, and then I saw the price tag was $70. So I'm going to be holding off for a little bit, and maybe the price will come down at some point. So yeah, but if you want to help me get that game, if you want to see us stream it, patreon.com/tvsports27. All right, guys, let's jump into the action, and we'll see you guys at halftime.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one in store between the Mexico City Golden Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Mexico City Golden Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now backed up to get this drive started. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
You can't block me.
Second and 10. And caught by Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Brandon, lest my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
59. Watch the out. Watch the out.
2nd and 11. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sack, baby, sack. E.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. They'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get him down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. I don't think that's what the defensive coordinator had in mind there. You got him pinned back inside the 5, and then you let him rip off that long run.
You're already anticipating the film session, aren't you?
There's going to be some anger.
Yeah, there's not going to be at the greatest hits, is it? Because they didn't hit anyone on that play. Supposed to have them pinned back deep. Instead, they leave a big crack, a gaping hole, and guess what? They're in bad position right now.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Let's go.
On 2nd down now. It's Walker. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Haven't met a defensive coordinator yet. The thing 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st.
That's it, baby.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that 1st down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort, 15 carries, 59 yards.
And I know that last week's game is over, but this feels almost like a continuation of what he did in the previous game. It's almost as if in his mind, he knitted together the 2 weeks with no break. He's off to a nice start here.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Here we go.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21.
10 logo. Danny. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Ball. And he's got his man on the out route. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. This will be fielded at the 6.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. He'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. A look at the numbers from a week ago for Reed. Well up over 100 yards, and one of those catches found his way into the end zone.
I do think he'll be hard-pressed to duplicate those numbers this week, though, because he's gotten their attention, so they will double him on every snap at a minimum. In some cases, they'll triple him.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And this one is
Checking in.
through.
That was a fail from Dallas, right? If you take a kick return down the field like that, you got to cash in on a touchdown, not a 3. We'll see how Mexico City responds. 7-3, Dallas on the board.
Hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Ball. Now this is caught by Jackson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
All right, guys, first quarter wrapping up. Sammy Boss, 6 of 6, perfect so far. We go into the second here in Dallas territory.
On 1st down, ball over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 more there and another 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
To throw on 2nd down. Ball dancing to his left. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And that play is able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Walker, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
They run the counter. Walker. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Ready? 60 or.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Ball. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
Let's put up or shut up time to fit. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
You better talk to your boy. Have him protect you.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. That's caught by Jackson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
How about it, guys? Back-to-back stands by these defenses. They're going to force a field goal, much like Mexico City just did. So these defenses are hanging in strong. See what Favre and company could do with just under 6 to go in the first half.
And his kick is indeed good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Let's go.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
10-2, son. Come on. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Complete. It's Henry. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
All day, baby. Let's get
He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick, rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Nice hit, boy.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 13-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Let's go.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Let's go. 10 Lobo. Check, 59. Bound to lose one. Shoot.
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's caught by Garcon. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first, and he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he survived.
And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
All right, guys, checking in one more time here by Brett Favre. 3 interceptions. He's thinking one-on-one coverage. His man's going to go up and get it. No. One-on-one, his man gets beat. I believe that's the second interception for Rhodes. Goodness me, guys. Well, this is going to be the end of part 1. If you're watching on Twitch, part 2 is coming up in a few moments. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to get part 2 tomorrow, I believe. We'll check in just before the beginning of part 2, but this is it for part 1. Mexico City, 17-3 with Brett Favre having a hard time controlling the ball, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to this in-game audio edition of the RXFL first half. Second half coming your way shortly.
Thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute, but first, time to give the folks